Hello, my name's Jamie Irwin, and this video is a collection of tutorials for 5 of my all-time favourite Nirvana riffs. Let me know in the comments what your favourite Nirvana songs are, because I'd love to know. And also let me know if you have any requests for future tutorials. If you enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because I've got plenty more tutorials like this over there. But anyway, let's get into these riffs. We're going to start off by playing 0, 0, 1, 2 on the low E string, like this. And you're going to use your first finger on that first fret, second finger on the second fret. It's always those 2 fingers throughout this whole riff, so I'll do that again. But on this riff, when you get to that note, what we want on this riff is for all of the notes to ring into each other. So we're actually going to keep that finger on as we play the next 4 notes. You're going to hold that finger there, curve it around so you can hear this A string ring out as you play, and you're going to go 0 on the A string, 2 on the low E string, and again 0, A string, 2, E string. So to put that all together so far, it's... Then after that, we're kind of going to go the other way. We're going to go 2, 1, 0 on the low E string. Then once you've done that, you're going to put your second finger on the second fret of the A string. And you're going to hold that finger on now. And you're going to play the 2 on the A string. 2 zeros on the low E string. Bit of a longer note on that second 0. And then you play 2 on the A string again to finish off that riff. So if we go from where it goes 2, 1, 0, it's going to go. And then if we put the whole riff together, it's going to sound like this. The thing is about this riff though, when you repeat it, so on the second repeat and every repeat after that, you just do 1, 0 at the start. So where we started with 0, 0, 1, 2, that's how the song starts. But you'll notice if I play it twice in a row here, there's only 1, 0 on the second time round. If you find it hard to leave your fingers on as you're playing these, maybe when you're learning it, feel free to take the fingers off and just play through it like this. That's fine when you're first learning it, but if you want it to sound like the original song, we need these notes to run into each other. I'll do it one more time. The first thing I should mention is that my guitar is in standard tuning. The original is in D standard, which means you need to basically tune everything down a full step. So it's D, G, C, F, A, D. Okay. But yeah, I thought I'd leave it in standard for now, just so it's easier for you to learn. You don't have to tune down. But if you want to play along with the original, that's what you got to do. So let's start off by putting your first finger on the second fret of the A string and hitting the bottom 2 strings at the same time like this. That's going to give us an E power chord. But once you've done that, you can see the next thing on the tab is an X. And when you see an X in tab, that means we need to mute the string. We want to hear this sound, okay? And to achieve that, there's a couple of things you can do. You can either use the outside of your right hand as you play, right hand muting like that. You can see before I pick, a split second before, my hand's landing on the strings, muting that sound, okay, like that. Or you can do it with your left hand by lightly touching the string with one of your other fingers like this. Okay. I tend to do a combination of both, but just make sure when you get to that X, you're just hearing that muted string there. So once you've done the power chord and the mute, we're then going to go for a 0 on the low E string. Then you want to use your first finger here on the 4th fret of the E string. And then your 3rd finger is going to go on the 6th fret of the A string. Okay, making a little power chord here. So why don't we put that together from the start? It's going to sound like this. After that, you can see another mute and another 0. So it's going to go. Okay, so why don't we try putting that whole first bar together slowly. Okay, after that, it's going to go for another power chord shape. So basically what you want to do is put your first finger on the 4th fret of the A string, your 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the D string, and your 4th finger on the 6th fret of the G string. And now we're going to play the root note of that power chord, so the 4 and then the 2 6s together. Okay, so the start of that bar is just okay. Then yet again we've got a mute, and you'll notice that after every mute as well, we've got a 0. Okay, so it goes and then then to another 0 after that, and then you've got another power chord shape. This time you're going to put your first finger on the 5th fret, so it's like an A power chord, this one. First finger on the 5th fret of the low E string, 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the A string, and 4th finger on the 7th fret of the D string. So we've got that power chord shape yet again there. And this time you're just going to basically do what's called arpeggiating the chord, playing one string at a time from low to high. Okay. And then you finish that off with a 0. Okay, so why don't I put that whole second bar together slowly. Okay, and now I'm going to repeat the first 2 bars. The 3rd and 4th bars are mostly power chords here, 2-finger power chords. So we're going to start off with a C power chord, basically, on the A string root. Your first finger's going to go on the 3rd fret of the A string, and your 3rd finger's going to go on the 5th fret of the D string. And what you're going to do here is you're going to do this. Okay, so you can see there's actually a slide in there. So we're going to hit the chord 3 times, like this. 1 slightly longer strum and 2 slightly quicker ones. And then you hit it 1 more time, but when you hit it this time, you're going to, as soon as you've hit the note, you're going to slide up to the 5th fret. So slide both fingers up 2 frets like that, like this. Once you get there, you hit that chord, the D power chord, twice more. And then you can hit an open A string after that to finish the bar. So if I put all of that together. And then after that, a very similar thing happens. We go down to a B power chord, so your first finger on the second fret of the A string, third finger on the fourth fret of the D string, and then you essentially do exactly the same thing from there though. So slide up to the same D chord that we did in the previous bar. Alright, so if I put those two bars together, it's going to sound like this. Okay, so if I put those 4 bars together, I'll play it slowly this time. It's going to go like this. Let's start off by looking at the 4 power chords that make up this riff. The first one is an F power chord, and to play it you're going to put your first finger on the first fret of the low E string. Your third finger is going to go on the third fret of the A string, and your fourth finger goes on the third fret of the D string. And this is the power chord shape that we're going to be moving around for this riff. So it starts on an F power chord. Then, to find our next power chord, B flat, we're going to move every finger up a string. Okay, so I've taken that shape and I'm moving my first finger onto the A string, my third finger onto the D, and my fourth finger onto the G. So everything's moved up, and yeah, this is a B flat power chord. So it goes from F to B flat. The next 2 power chords, very similar. This is called a parallel pattern because basically we're moving up 4 frets to this now A flat power chord, starting on the 4th fret with your first finger, 6th fret with your third finger on the A, and then 6th fret with your 4th finger on the D string. So again, that same shape. I'm calling that an A flat power chord. But then yeah, it's a parallel pattern because it does the same thing. After that, it just moves all your fingers up a string to a D flat power chord. So your first finger is on the 4th fret of the A string, third finger is on the 6th fret of the D string, and 4th finger is on the 6th fret of the G, okay? Those are our 4 power chords: F, B flat, A flat, and D flat. Also make sure that when you're playing these power chords, you're not only making sure that the 3 notes of the chord are coming through clearly, but you also want to make sure that the other strings are muted. You tend to want to do this all the time when you're playing power chords because you don't want those strings to ring through. So to do that, I tend to just flatten out my 4th finger and muting those strings above. When it comes to the A shape or A position power chords, you can either use your thumb to catch that low E string, to mute that low E string, or you can use the tip of your first finger, just whatever is more comfortable for you. But anyway, so let's get into the strumming. We're going to start off on that F power chord, and what we want to do is down, up, down. A lot of people get this wrong and go down, down, up, but you won't get the proper flow of the rhythm that way. So it's got to be down, up, down. Now once you've done that, you're then going to relax all your fingers so all of the strings are muted, and then you're going to go down, up, down, up. Okay, so you're going to do 4 mutes straight after you've done the 3 strums of the F power chord. So you're going to go down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, I'll do that again. Now, once you've done that, you then move up to the B flat power chord, and this time you do go down, down, up. It's down, down, up. Okay, so if we put that all together, it's going to be down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. You'll notice that when I was doing the mutes, I was slowly moving my way up to that second power chord. So that's how you can get the smooth change. I'll do that again. The only thing left to do after that on these chords is, on this first half I mean, is a couple of open strums. And this is what a lot of people miss out, but it keeps the momentum of the strumming going. So you just want to lightly strum a couple of the strings as you play, because then we're going to go over to the next two chords. So this is what I mean. Okay, which sounds a bit weird at the end when you leave it ringing out, but you'll hear when we put it all together, that's going to help the flow. So anyway, so we're going to go over to the 4th fret now, because now we can do exactly the same thing. Okay, same rhythm, same kind of movement. So it's going to be down, up, down. Okay, into the 4 mutes, down, up, up to down, down, up. And then again, the 2 open strums. All right, so I'll put that together. All right, now, if I put it all together, you'll notice my right arm is not really stopping when I'm swinging up and down. That is the key to this, keeping that rhythm going. So. So you can hear those open strings in between, they keep the rhythm moving, and they're pretty important. So I'll play it a couple more times. So I want to start off by talking about the tuning, because this song is in drop D, which means you've got to take this low E string and tune it down to a D note. And if you want to play along with the original song, it's tuned down even more, because every string from there is tuned down half a step. So really on the original, this is a D flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. Okay, so if you really want to play in tune with the original, you've got a tune like that. But I thought I'd stick with standard drop D for now, just because it'll be easier for you to play along with. So the riff starts with a open A power chord, which means you're going to bar the middle 2 strings, the D and G strings, with your first finger. And basically this chord is the A, D and G strings. And we are going to arpeggiate that chord, as in play the individual strings. So the first 4 notes is going to be this. And I choose to play down, down, up, up there, just to keep it smooth. But if you want to do all downs to start with, that's fine. Then after that, you're going to do a similar thing. You're going to bar with your second finger over the bottom 3 strings, the E, A and D strings. So you're going to bar across all 3 of those strings, and then from that low E string you're going to do the same kind of pattern. So you're going to hit the E, A, D, back to the A. So if we put that together, it's going to sound like this. Okay, then after that, all you do is take your fingers off completely, because we just got some open strings here, and we're going to hit the E string, but for a bit of a longer note. Then you're going to hit the A and D, and you're going to hold that D for a bit longer as well. So it goes. Then after that, you're going to hit the A string, the D string, and the A string again. All right, so that second bar is basically going to sound like this. So why don't we put that whole first half together? Okay, and then after that, it's going to do exactly the same thing again as the first bar. So it's back to the A power chord. Then barring here, this is basically an F power chord. But now we've got that last little part. It's going to hit the low E string. But then you're going to slide up to the 4th fret of the D string, like this. I just go 1 fret back, so from 3 slide up to the 4, and I'm gonna then, once I've slid up to that 4, I'm gonna play another 4, so it goes. Then importantly, hold that finger on as you play the 0 on the A string, because we're coming straight back to that 4 on the D string, and then you hit 2 3s with your first finger, and finish off that little part by hitting the middle 2 strings. So if I play that last bar again, it's going to sound like this. So why don't we go through the 3rd and 4th bars again? It's going to sound like this. And then the whole riff is this. Let's start off by talking about the tuning. My guitar is currently in drop D, which means every string is the same as usual, standard tuning, but this low E string, I've tuned down from an E note to a D note. So every string is the same after that. It's just D, A, D, G, B, E. Drop D, very popular tuning for rock songs like this. However, in the original song, it's tuned down a further half step. Every string is tuned down from there. So if you want to play in tune with the original, it's actually D flat, and then A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. Okay, but again, for the sake of it being easier for you to play along with, I've just tuned it down to standard drop D, and I think that's what most people do when they play this song, to be fair. So when you look at the tab, you can see that that D note that we've tuned down to features quite a lot, and it seems to be quite sporadic, quite random. And I think, to be honest, that it is that. I think that when Kurt plays this, he just wants to strike that string every now and again, but it's kind of improvised in that way. So when I tabbed this out, I did tab it out exactly as he does in the original on the first go around. But you will notice it varies it up. So you don't have to overthink this when you're striking that D string. It does it at the start of every bar, but all the other hits, again, you can just kind of improvise that and do that at random. So the way I'm going to teach this is we're going to just play that D note at the start of the bar, and then ignore the other times he strikes it, just to make it easier to digest. But then we can add it in again after that. Okay, so the first bar, again, we're going to play that D note and let it ring out. That's really important because it needs to to keep going as you play the other notes. So we're going to go 0, and then we're going to play 9, 10, 9 with your first and second fingers on the A string. So it's that D note on the 6th string, and then it's going to be 9, 10, 9. Once you've done that, you then are going to slide up with your second finger from the 10 up to the 12th fret. And then when you've slid up to that note, you then pick it again. Alright, so if we put it all together so far, it's going to sound like this. Okay, and then to finish that bar, we're just going to play with your second and first fingers 10 and 9 again. So if I play that entire first bar, okay, right, and then the second bar, very, very similar, because it starts the same. You hit the well, we'll call it the 6th string. We usually call it the low E string, but now it's tuned to a D. So we hit that D note, and we're going to hit the 9, 10, 9 again on the A string. But this time, you do the same notes, but well, the same frets, but on the D string. So you're going to slide up to fret 12 with your second finger, but on the D string this time. Play it twice. And then you're going to go 10, 9 on that D string. So again, if I play bar 2, it starts exactly the same as bar 1, but then it goes up to the D string, but plays the same frets. Okay, so why don't we put those first 2 bars together? I'll play it slowly. Okay, now we're on to bar 3, which is pretty much exactly the same as bar 1. So let's do it. It's going to go 0, 9, 10, 9, 12, 12, 10, 9. Same as bar 1. And then it starts, the bar 4 starts exactly the same again. So it's going to be 0, 9, 10, 9. But then this bit is different because we're going to go all the way up to the G string on fret 11 with your 3rd finger. And we don't need to slide to this one, we just play that note twice, 2 11s. And then on that G string, you're going to play a 9 with your 1st finger. And then 12 on the D string, I use my 4th finger here. So that last bar in total is going to sound like this. Okay, so I'm going to put it all together now, and again, I'm going to just play those Ds at the start of each bar, let them ring out. I'm not going to play the extra Ds, but then I'll show you how you can add them in, alright? So it's going to go like this. Okay, but yeah, as you can see on the tab, we do have those extra D notes that are hit every now and again. This is, again, you can play it at random, but I'm going to show you exactly now what it does in the first time around in the intro of the original song. The first bar is exactly what we just played. Just plays it at the start. Bar 2, he actually plays it on the, well, basically on the 1st, 2nd and 4th notes of the bar. So you've got this. Oh, sorry. Okay, so you can see that I actually, when I played those 2 9s, I striked, that's the word, the bottom 2 strings at the same time like this. So you can hear, yeah, that little bit of extra drone added to the background. Okay, so it goes the second bar. And then bar 3 is going to be, again, slightly different. The first 2 notes now, just single notes, 0, 9, but then the 10 and the 9, you hit both the bottom 2 strings. So it goes. And then on bar 4, you hit that D on the first and fourth notes of the bar, so striking it there. And then you go up to the higher notes.